What's going on YouTube? It's your boy JJ here, back with some more Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Last time we explored Iron Island, and I believe Fuego Island as well, but I'm pretty sure it was just Iron Island because of a recording issue. But nonetheless, we're finally back on the main story here, and I'm here in Pastoria City because it's time to finally move on with the main story, like I said. I rearranged my team a little bit just to give them all better movesets. Munchlax finally evolved to Snorlax too, which is great. So now all we have to do is just, like I said, continue on with the main story, and continue getting Gabite caught up with the rest of the team. Don't know why I'm running when I can just bike to the Lake Valor. So this time, so with the current event of the story, Team Galactic is Lake Valor, like I'm saying for like the third time now, and we're gonna see what's going on with that. And I'm repeating myself like over and over again because I have no idea what to say. But from what it looks like here, it's pretty bad. That hick town called Twin Leaf. Yeah, they bombed the place, and now all these Magikarp are just dying. And they're threatening us too, with flopping around in the mud. Fun times. But no, we're way too high leveled and way above what these peons are capable of. It's only level 33. As I said, I did give some Pokemon some new moves. I gave Snorlax Crunch and Heavy Slam, as you can see here. I finally deleted Poison Sting off of Roselia and gave her Magical Leaf, so we can finally have some better attacks. We don't have a Poison type stab anymore, but that's fine. Even after a Charm, that's still almost O-code. Aerial Ace too. But as I was saying, even though Roselia does not have any Poison type stab, we are getting closer to an actual good Poison type move. And I'll probably evolve Roselia soon too. I don't think they can, I don't think she's gonna learn much at level 45, so it might be about time to evolve her. They'll probably do so maybe the end of the episode if there's enough time. There should be plenty of time though. There's not too many trainers here or in Lake Verity since that's Team Galactic's other target. And with that being the case, we should I'll probably evolve Roselia once we take care of Team Galactic at Verity. But for now, with how high level we are, I don't really think we're going to struggle. I can honestly use Gabite here as well. I also did teach Gabite Dual Chop, which he learns by level 1. I don't know why he doesn't learn Dual Chop upon evolving, but it is what it is. I had more than enough hard skills. And my goodness, why is there so many Magikarp here? There's already rocks blocking the way, I didn't need this many. And one more grunt here. Its Blast Force was phenomenal. I wish they could have actually shown us the aftermath of the bomb going off. They do so in Platinum again, like I keep bringing it up, but we actually see some of the smoke billowing out of the area on the TV, which is close by from where Rowan was, and it just would have been cool to see some smoke building up in a cutscene. But I guess because it's a faithful recreation of Diamond and Pearl, they couldn't do that, which it is what it is. Another Krogunk. 36 actually, so they are kind of getting up there in level, catching up to Byron at least. Venoshock. We're not poisoned, so it doesn't matter. Bop. But yeah, because of the levels of these guys, I could, in theory, use Gabite and do alright, I guess. But I'm gonna hold off on using him for now, and I'll probably have another grinding session off screen just to have Gabite catch up by herself. Because at the rate we're going and the amount of trainers we're facing, we might even reach level 50 by the time we reach the 7th gym. And it's a very big possibility considering Infernape is already level 46. So I'm considering doing what I was doing in the last episode of boxing the team until boxing the team when they reach a certain level, and continuing using them once the other team members are all caught up. Dustox is next, but we're good. We can stay in. For now, I think this is all going to be Snorlax's time, because I don't think even the so with we already know that Team Galactic has the commanders instead of admins, and it's been a really long while since you've actually fought one. So obviously, if Team Galactic's here, that must mean they're being led by somebody, which is obviously their commanders. And since they're here, they're obviously going to be tougher than the grunts. And with their grunts being around the early to mid 30s, the commanders are probably going to be in the late 30s or maybe even 40. And with that being the case, we're still going to be ahead of them, but by a lower margin. And I think we only have either one trainer or that's it, and that is it actually. And this Team Galactic Commanders, it looks a little bit different. Because it is different. This is Commander Saturn. I believe his name is Saturn at least. And he mentions seeing us in Eterna, but we've never met him until now. He's actually also the only admin with a Kadabra as well. In Platinum, I believe he has a Bronzor and a Golbat for sure. I don't know why they took away his Kadabra in that game, because that was the only thing that made him seem different compared to his counterparts. And that Reflect made him live. Nice. Also using Rain Dance, so I'm assuming his Toxicroak, which is his ace, has dry skin. Kadabra goes down. Gabite levels up. There's Toxicroak. Gonna go to Nighthawk for this one. Yeah, 37. And I believe since there's a commander here, there should also be one in Lake Verity as well. But I think they're only like around one level higher. And of course we got poisoned. Of course we miss. But thankfully, because of affection, we dispel the poison. Now land this time, please. Thank you. And we get the Oko. Now, does he have a Golbat or a Bronzor? There's that Super Luck going in again, I think. Petal Blizzard. So we did get a grass move regardless, but Petal Blizzard is a physical fighting grass type attack, and with our special attack being much higher, I think we're gonna skip on it. He does have a Bronzor. Okay. We have the water up, and Reflect is up anyway, so I think it's best that we go to Manaphy. One Bubble Beam should be more than enough, if not maybe a Whirlpool as well. Yeah. Bronzor is very tanky, and when it evolves it gets much tankier. And then there's also the fact that our special attack is actually lower than physical attack. And he gets the confusion this time. That's fun. Having no luck for moves hitting this recording session. And of course, I hit himself. Get to see extrasensory though. This is a bit of a unique psychic type attack that can actually cause an opponent to flinch if they're faster. If they're slower, I mean, excuse me. Come on, Manaphy. This rain would also help for activate Manaphy's ability as well of hydration. So even if Manaphy was poisoned, put to sleep, etc., the rain would actually heal it. Thank Annie. This is why I don't like Whirlpool, and there goes the rain too. No, it's definitely not going to KO, so back to Bubble Beam. Die. If it lived, I would have freaking screamed. But, regardless, Commander Saturn is down. But even though we beat him, he still won. He still got the legendary Pokemon here. And he mentions Mars in Lake Verity, so I guess now we know where to check out next. Gonna head home. And honestly, since we're home, let's see how Mom's doing. She just heals us again. Okay. Bringing it up again. In Platinum, she'll actually mention how she's watching the news and that she sees what's going on in Team Galactic and she hopes everything's okay with you. So it's little things like that that really add development and just deeper connection with the player. And this moment right here kind of solidifies why Professor Rowan is the best and most badass professor. What's with this old timer? He's not battling Team Galactic grunts. He's fighting them off with his bare hands and putting in the work. Man is an absolute Chad. But we have a double battle right here. And their mission is just to stall us because they're already completing their goals. Saturn has a elf. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with Mars and see if she caught Esprit. And here we go. We're actually the same level as them too. Should be Gabite's first battle as a Gabite. And got the KO as well, with the crit. I believe Glameow is still faster though. Yeah. And Retaliate. Oh, dang. Not the worst hit, but that's still just some decent damage. Level up on Snorlax. Stunky. And the other grunt sends out Glameow. No big deal, just high horsepower the Stunky. And dual chop again. Your sucker punches can't hurt me. Gabite is a good 13 or 12 levels lower than the rest of the team, and she's still putting in a ton of work. Just wait until she's caught up. Don't have Aftermath, please. Of course it has Aftermath. Bit more experience, and last two, Golbat and Glameow. Alright. Gonna use Body Slam and one last dual chop. And with the crit too. Didn't stand a chance. Oh, please don't poison. Thank goodness. And they're down. That'll level up on Gabite. And another double battle to go. But we're gonna heal up a little bit first. I didn't give Gabite and Snorlax ball capsules yet, but I definitely will, probably off screen. He's gonna knock my Pokemon into orbit. Sure, buddy. Stunky and Beautifly. High horsepower and stick with Dual Chop. Once Gabite gets Dragon Claw, then she's gonna put in a ton of work. That Draco Plate's really coming into use right now. Foul Play. Okay. I don't really use Nightshade, and Foul Play does damage based off the opponent's attack, which could be useful. So I'm gonna take off Nightshade. If I ever regret it, I have one last Heart Scale. Infernape levels up too. Game Freak giving Snorlax high horsepower was so weird to me, but it honestly is really good. Glameow and another Glameow. Oh, take more Body Slam. This the higher level one. And if I had Metronome, this would have been just as good, but I think Draco Plate overall would be better. And that Quick Claw really coming in clutch. And down they go. One by one, they'll all fall. I think they have one Pokemon left each. Nope. And all that's left is Commander Mars. What is that face? I can't take that seriously. Oh my god. And then she just becomes happy again. This is why Mars is best girl. Don't at me on that, by the way. Starting off with Golbat, it should still have Poison. So I think its main strategy is either Toxic or U-turn. And it actually lives the Body Slam. But yeah, considering Saturn's Toxicroak was 37, I believe her Purugly is 38 or 39. But 2 Body Slams are enough to take it out. And she also has a third Pokemon, but instead of a Kadabra, she sends out... Well, Purugly next. She sends out a Bronzor instead. That's why I was confused as to why Saturn didn't have a Bronzor. But instead of the regular Monferno we had last time, this time we have a much more powerful Infernape with a much more powerful moveset. And yeah, it is 39. So this thing can get blown away. Man, if he was good to just one-hit KO this thing. When I played Diamond as a kid, her Purugly in the Valley Wind works because it's an evolved Pokemon that's you fight so early in the game. It can do a lot of damage really quickly, and you wouldn't expect it to do something like that at that point in the game. But once you get to this point in Lake Verity, it becomes much more tolerable. But here's her Bronzor. And this time Crunch is actually super effective instead of neutral like in the old games. But still a 2-hit KO. And the defense drops definitely helps. Confuse Ray. Just one more time, come on. Thank you. And this will be a level for both Manaphy and Gabite. Once I learn Slash, we'll definitely get rid of Sand Tomb for that. Manaphy leveling up 2. And that's it. It shouldn't be, but it is. But yeah, it looks like just like Saturn, Mars was also successful and caught Mesprit. And Uxie, the being of intelligence. Does that mean that Jupiter was also successful? Is Barry safe? That is something we're going to have to find out in the next episodes, since we're going to have to go all the way up north to Lake Acuity. But before we do that, there's one last thing I want to do before I end the episode. I think it's about time that we evolve I evolve Roselia. I don't think she's going to learn any more moves that I really want, and the moves I want to give her are coming up fairly soon. Excuse me. So goodbye, Roselia, and hello, Roserade. What's weird is that Roselia's poison apparently is in its flowers, but Roserade's poison is in its hair. Little fun fact for you. And look at that jump. 136 special attack. It's not the best, but it's gonna make a difference. It's gonna count. But with all that said and done, since Lake Acuity is further up north, our two choices to actually travel are Eternicity and Celestic Town. But if you remember the boulder that's covering up in Mount Coronet over here, we can't really pass through this way, so our only way to advance is in Celestic Town. So that's where we're going to go next. But we did take a little bit of damage there in the last battles, so I'm going to take one last second to heal. And even though it's been a bit of a shorter episode this time, I think I'm going to leave it here today. So next time on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, we'll head up north, past Mount Coronet, Route 216 and 217, if I can, and reach Lake Acuity. See you guys then.